Hey y'all, welcome back to Calvin's Corner 72. I'm down here in my birth town, Wauchula, Florida at the Pioneer Park Cracker Trail Museum. It only costs like a whole $2.14 to get in. I'm gonna go through and do a little quick video. It may be a little longer than what I expect, but just wanted y'all to see that. If you're ever down this way, you need to come check it out. Old nutting stones, Indians, cruise celts, beads. There's Osceola. This would be a typical dress. There's a real nice pestle they use. It's got the divot in the end to grind out the corn and such. All kind of literature. We got a little bit of everything in here. Antiques in general. Big rattlesnake skin. Old sewing machine like my granny used to have. A note to self: if you ever get your finger caught with one of them belts on that sewing machine, you know to let go right quick. It happened to me. Some of y'all may recognize some of this stuff that I don't know. These are insulators. I've got some of them old ball jar lids. This here, it says it's a butter churn, some kind of butter churn. Must be a highfalutin one, because all I've ever seen is kind of just the hand cut. Old churn with wooden paddles in it. All kind of utensils, knives, butter pans. Old-timey stove. Old-timey cast irons, handmade. Dutch ovens. Old handheld arms. There's the kind of churn I was talking about. Milk jug. Sewing utensils, pressurized cooker, a bunch of more sewing machines. That's a bread bowl, so it's a wooden bowl. Old groceries. I have no idea what that does. It's all kind of stuff in general. Bed, clothing, pictures, old rockers, sewing loom. Spinning wheel. They used to make yarn. We got some armadillos down here stuff. Rattlesnakes. foxes, bobcats, big old black bear, turkeys, another big old rattlesnake, bullhead. Pictures and stuff on the wall. Old stove. We're going in here. Look at the cameras. Old timey cameras. I didn't know it, but this here's a turpentine catcher, drains, and accessories. I guess they nailed these things on the side of the tree and then the turpentine run down there and drop in the bucket. They have them nailed on. Pretty neat. I didn't know that. Big conch shell. This is a poured mold of a mammoth mouth, teeth and all. Well, that's doing a dig. They did it right here in Hardy County. We've been sifting on the river for I'll do a little small video on that. We've been sifting for trying to find some of these teeth and these big old vertebrae. I mean, look at that thing, it's bigger than my hand. These are whale bones. And them's mammoth leg bones. Here's a big old alligator hide on the wall. Pretty good size. These are jaw bones. Shark's teeth. We've been finding a lot of them little shark's teeth like that. These are manatees, bones and fossils. People find, they bring them here and donate them to the museum. Kind of gives you what it used to be like with all the different types of animals and stuff. Look at them crystals. I think that's pretty cool right there. These are Mastodon teeth. Y'all guys do the arrowhead hunting and stuff, and a lot of y'all been finding these Mastodon teeth and stuff for a lot of times and post them, and it's kind of cool. There's a leg bone they was doing. Still got it poured in the plaster. Old tortoise shell. Gopher tortoise. Alligator skull. I've been finding them alligator teeth like it right there on the river. This is a really neat museum to come into and see all this different kind of stuff, deer heads and big wall mural of all these animals. We're getting into some of this. This is what I call a chopper, and that's a grooved axe Indians would use. There's a chopper. There's all kinds of pottery and stuff they've found over the years. People's donated and things. There's a celt and another grooved axe. Bunch of arrowheads. Scrapers. Crinoids. They've got this cat figurine here. I don't know what it is. It's pretty good size. I guess they found it and they donated it to the museum, which I think is pretty cool. It tells what type of points these are. I know this video is going to be longer than what I, expect it to be. I'm sorry. But if y'all are interested, just keep watching. If you're not, then turn it off, I understand. These are some Seminole tribal wear dolls. Some depiction of when they were fighting right here in South Spring. The Seminoles were fighting with the Union. Here's a depiction of how they're doing their canoes, how they dig them out. And I know I haven't showed y'all this, but I think this is one of the absolute most coolest things in here. Is a full size, put my hand on it right now, a full size dugout canoe hung right here on the ceiling. They're using these bolts to hold it up. I guess they found it, but that's a full size dugout out of a cypress canoe. I was really impressed with that. That was super neat. I remember it from last time. I'd just forgotten it. This is a painting of Osceola. There's Osceola book. There's some grinding base stone. Pretty good size. There's a lot of stuff out here at the grounds of the museum as well, like a train and all kind of stuff. Talks about the Cracker Trail. This is a map like Fort Meade. You just follow the string out to where, and it puts it right on the map where it's at. Kind of talks about it a little bit, how long it's been there. Fort Myers, Fort Meade, Fort Greene, all these different forts they had. And they were like these right here, these wooden structures. And they were forts to keep the Indians from killing them when they were in the area, trying to tame the area. There's just tons of stuff here. You can stay in here for hours. All historical events and things that happened in town over the years. Back in the 30s and the 40s and the 50s. I mean, everything. All this old equipment. Old telephones and couches. And here's old Lye Soap. I remember my grandma used to make soap. Handmade Lye Soap. You can buy it now, I mean, but look at that. You don't see that no more, do you? That's how they used to do it. I guess there's a painting. I'd love to have that painting. It's beautiful. Making Lye Soap, cooking it, washing their clothes. Buttons and stuff people used to have, dolls, football teams, basketball teams. It's a school like Hardy County Wildcats is their high school. No antique jars and bottles. I've got one like that blue one right there, but it's actually clear. It says that's a tonic bottle. That's made out of alligator skin. That old doctor's bag. Jars and bottles and crockery and implements and tools of the trade of pioneer life. That is absolutely huge trap. I think it had to be used for a grizzly. The bear trap, it says. I don't know if you can see that or not. There's something inscribed into it. It's beat in there, I guess somebody's name. They tapped it in there with a hammer and a chisel. I ain't never seen nothing like that. It looks like some kind of device you hold up and look through it so you can read all these little cards and things. Kind of neat. All kind of old stuff. Old railroad lanterns. Cowbells. That's a wooden chain. Somebody carved that out of wood. Old guns, shears, old handheld shears. .1903 Winchesters. It's a bee. That's one of the things you smoke the bees out with. I guess this is one of them honey extractor, yeah. They put them honey slots in there, spin this thing, and sling all the honey up, and they'd run down the bottom and catch it out of that spigot. And of course we know what this is, don't we? That's a moonshine still. Hee-haw. Of course I had to use Smuffy Sniff, huh? Moonshine jugs. Oh yeah. Sugar, feed, put the corn to it. There's some old antique balls, antique crockery, marbles, old timey marbles and things. A lot of stuff in here, history. Time Life magazines, all kind of. You can sit in here and look for hours. There's some Civil War stuff. I don't know what that means. It said, "Let us alone." Boy Scout stuff. But it was back in the old days. Old branding irons. All kind of old branding irons. And it's got a bone handle on it. Look at that. It's pretty cool. I thought it was neat too. These old barbed wire pieces, all these different kinds of barbed wire. People collect them. Go out in the fields and they find them old pieces of barbed wire. And nail them up and make a little display of them. Everybody had their own pattern back in the day. There's some clippers you trim off your horse's toenails with, and there's a horse shot. There's when they'd brand them, that's what they'd do, is burn right in the skin. Of course, y'all know that, but there's old-timey canes, wooden canes, horseshoes. We ain't seen no meter like that in a while. Train conductor lights. I guess this is Army stuff. It's a radio. Wow, what a radio. Old tubes. Speaker. This is a big picture of a scene. Oxes and all that running around. Water wheel. Just neat stuff. And I didn't know Wauchula had its own bottling company. Reese Bottling Company says Wauchula right on that bottle. That's kind of neat. I'd like to find one of them, take home myself. I think that's pretty neat. That's a bottle opener. It looks like a mouth. Look at that. World War II stuff. Them boys over there fighting in the woods, in the bush. That's what it's all about, guys. Those bayonets. That's the kind of president we need right there. I hope whoever we get is like it. Takes care of the military and takes care of our nation. We don't need, at least we forget. That's all I got to say. We'll end up in bad shape. Look at that bullet, how big it is. Good Lord, that's a 50 caliber, I bet you. Yep, 50 caliber. Probably bringing back memories. There's a scabbard where the bayonet goes in. Look at them bullets laying there. That's a German hat, looks like. There's Civil War stuff here now. A whole bayonet, or a whole sword right here. Scabbard and all. Old Civil War notes. He got just one bullet in. I can't believe he just got one bullet. One mini ball and a grape shot. There's a powder flask, mashed all the pieces. There's one shell back there at the back. Canister round. 6 pounds Civil War. That's what it was back in the days right there. They'll probably ban my video now because I got rebel flags on it. This is history. Sons of the Confederate Veterans. Honorary display of the names. There's some old quilts, bedspreads. Well, this will conclude my video. Handmade wheelchair, looks like. Being Memorial Day weekend. What better thing to put on here, boy? There's a washing. Remember y'all doing that? Them old wash tubs. Now my granny had one of these wash tubs, and I remember I got my hand in there and it about pulled it in. You talking about hurting, son? There ain't no room in there. When you go, just the clothes go through there and they wring out all the water. Shoot. You talking about hurting, son? Old chairs. But that's it. That's all there is to it. There's an old double barrel shotgun up there. Old saddles. This concludes my video. I appreciate y'all coming to Calvin's Corner 72. Y'all holler back at me. We'll didn't get a picture of that. We'll catch y'all on a flip flop. Y'all come back to see me.